welcome to Speak Anyway Live. It is Friday night. When I was a kid, way back in the early 70s, I had a record player. On that record player was a little white record player. Played mostly 33s, or no, not. Oh wow, what are those small records called? 45s. Mostly I had 45s, although I think I could play 33s on it. But the small records were often Disney records, and they were the Disney records that would be with chapter books. And when you had to turn the page, it would do the Tinkerbell sound, ding, and you turn the page. One of my favorites was the Aristocats. Loved it. Loved the book. Loved the music that was on the record. And when I was probably 4, maybe 5 years old, probably closer to 4, the movie came out in 1970. When I would have been 2.5 when it came out. I think I saw it probably at an afternoon movie where maybe it was part of a special, I don't know, just one of those like neighborhood things, or a special theater promotion to, bring the kids in during the summer. Because I think I was at least 4 when I saw it, which would have put me in summer of 1972. The point is, I went and I saw this movie with my aunt and some people she was babysitting. And when I came out, I'm like, this is so cool. They made a movie out of my record. Because the way my brain worked, I figured the book and the record came first because I heard them first and read them first. And then they made the movie. Of course, not true at all. The point being, I didn't know what I didn't know. I only knew what I had been exposed to. And that happens to us all the time. We only know what we've been exposed to. We find that with kids daily. They don't know what happened before they were alive. For me, at 52 years old, I've experienced so much at this point, but there are movies and singers and groups and world events that feel like they happened yesterday, that to my 13-year-old, for her, it's like studying World War II was for me back in the late 70s, early 80s. You don't know what you don't know. And we have to think about that as speakers, too, is to be careful what stories we use, what examples we use, compared to the audience we're speaking to. And we sometimes may need to be more clear than we are and not just assume that they know what we're talking about, that they understand the references that we're using. Because they don't know what they don't know. And if you don't know who the Aristocats are, well, you might not be able to, because they're pretty close to being canceled. There were a few racist depictions amongst the cats back then. Still, some fun music, and for its time, a good movie. We'll see you tomorrow on Speak Anyway Live.